Hello everybody. Here in this video, we will look about how democracy and dictatorship has a battle in Chile's polity. After War of Independence, Chile got independence in 18010. Okay, and there were democratic government in Chile. So in 1973, there was Salvador Allende, who was a socialist leader. He was very famous because he provided free education, free food, milk, land to the landless persons, and he was a pro-socialist leader. Due to the pressure from United States, there was a military leader called as Pinochet, who organized a military coup in 1973 and killed Allende and killed the Air Force General Bachelet. So he formed his own government, and this was a dictatorship government formed by Pinochet. The government was not working properly. There was huge corruption. The government was so much criticized for the corruption. So in 1988, finally, there was a referendum held by the government of Pinochet, in which people has to say yes or no. Referendum is a tool of democracy such as plebiscite, recall and initiative, in which people has to say yes or no to the elected representative who are taking part in the elections. Okay, fresh elections held, and Pinochet lost the power. Pinochet also lost the military. Okay, then there was a Bachelet, the name of Air Force General Bachelet. So his daughter Bachelet became elected president of Chile. Okay, she was also socialist leader. She was first female president and first female defense minister. Then similar situation was there in Poland, where there was a crisis between democracy and dictatorship. So there were trade unions in Poland after the communist Bolshevik revolution in USSR. So Poland was supported by USSR leaders, and the trade unions in Poland were leading the government. So there was uh, Lenin shipyard where strike held. There was Lenin shipyard where strike held. Okay. Where strike held, and in 1980s, there was a leader called as Lech Walesa. Lech Walesa was detained by the government, and the rights to the workers were seized. The press freedom was banned. This was the problem in Poland. So after that, because the trade union which Lech Walesa were forming, it was illegal. Trade unions were allowed only which were state sponsored. Those unions which were supported by state government of Poland. So Lech Walesa formed a party called as Solidarity or Solidarność, and he demanded release of political prisoners, re-elections and independent unions. And General Jaruzelski imposed martial law in 1981 to arrest Walesa, but it was slowly terminated as Welsia emerged out to be a big leader. He conducted elections. He won the elections in 99 seats out of 100. So after winning the election, he became the president of Poland. Okay, Lithuania became the president and established a socialist government. So we should discuss about what is socialist, and there is another form of government called as capitalist and socialist. So capitalists are ruled by companies mostly, and socialists have their own socialism as an ideology. Okay, and capitalists have capitalism as ideology. So in this way, Poland also struggled to establish a democratic government, which is necessary to form a people's government which is pro-people, which believe in human rights, which believe in equality, which believe in liberty, which believe in fraternity. So in this way. And then there was Ghana. So Ghana was also having the similar condition. Okay. Ghana. Ghana was having leader Nkrumah, who was a teacher. And after getting independence in 1948, Ghana established a democratic government, but there were also military coups in Ghana. But at the last, Nkrumah became successful in establishing a socialist government. This is how the governments have been formed and destroyed by US forces, but the three countries, Chile, Poland, and Ghana, struggled a lot. They established democracy, and after that, the countries were successfully governed by these forces. Okay, thank you.